Hello, my name is Shirley Schuler. I am the director and lead teacher of a small non-for-profit preschool. We are DCFS licensed, so I wanted to share with you ways that we maintain a safe and healthy environment. A lot of things in this assignment I do every single day in my classroom, so I thought making this video would be a great way to hit all of these topics and to share them from an actual classroom and how they work on a day-to-day basis. It would be a great resource for teachers now or future teachers that might want to implement some of these things in the classroom setting. So the first thing that we start with is that we make sure I, as the director, keep a copy of all the DCFS licensing regs right next to my desk and make sure that I know them forwards and backwards and familiar with all the policies so that I can implement them into our center. So back here right next to my desk, I do keep a copy of our DCFS licensing standard, all of our health department codes, so I know that we are doing what we need to do every day to keep a safe and healthy environment. The second thing that we do after I am familiar with all of that information, now I want to share that with parents that are enrolling children into our center. So we give all of the parents upon enrollment a copy of our handbook. I'm just showing you so you can see that is me. So I made this handbook to make sure that all of our policies go out to the parents so that we can follow them and make sure that we're meeting DCFS standards and keep everybody safe and healthy. So I'm just going to go down to our illness policy. So this is where we share with parents exactly what will happen if their child has an illness, what they need to look for, things that they need to keep their child home for, exactly what our policy is. And then also we make sure that we share and collect before school starts all of the things that we need for their medical records, like immunizations and all the information on the child. If they have any allergies, I can go through and show you those as well. So in this locked filing cabinet by my desk, this is where we keep all of our children's files. So I'm just going to show you guys one. So I covered up the child's name, but this is all the information that we collect on the child before they start school. You can see that we have our physical form so that we make sure that they're not spreading any diseases that they would need to be vaccinated for. So we have all that documentation. It also has our handbook, so we know that they've received all the information I previously spoke about. Here is that physical form that we use. We also make sure that all of the parents receive a copy of the summary of the licensing standards, and then they sign this and give it back to us. The bottom copy, they keep all of the standards at home. So that is our record keeping system to make sure that we are free of spreading things, and we have all of our documentation that we needed. Another way that we do implement this on a daily basis is we have a sign-in area. We have our little reminder sheet right here with parents to see that when they're signing their children in, if they have any of these things, they need to keep those children home. We also have over here posted that we have food allergies and what cannot come into our classroom. If we had a child that needed medication to be administered, we have a lockbox right here. We do have a child right now that has a severe allergy that brings an EpiPen every day. So we have a lockbox where that goes in. I wear a key around my lanyard for that lockbox, as well as my para wears one too. So we both have them on us at all times. Medication forms that we have that have to be filled. So we have to get all of this information, make sure that the medication has a prescription on it, and have the parents fill it out before we can administer it, and then we document it. So if we had a child with an allergy, we also keep a allergy form and plan back in our food prep area. I did cover up the picture, but we do post a picture of the child in case we had a sub. But this tells us exactly step by step what we would need to do if we had an allergy emergency with that child and had to use our EpiPen. I also like to keep a copy of the emergency information. I did go ahead and block out all of the names, but we keep names, phone numbers, all of that stuff right by the form. So it's just a quick grab if we need to look for something. Now I'm going to show you what strategies we use in the classroom to make sure that we're meeting state and local food prep and handling regulations. So we have a very small food prep area. Currently we are only serving prepackaged snacks. So we just keep everything back here. We have a calendar that I'll show you that each student is assigned a snack day, and we assign them what they're bringing so that we can maintain that for our records. We also make sure that we are posting our health department license back here in our food prep area. We have our hand washing station, our hand washing signs. We also have gloves that we can use when we're distributing food. Our disinfectants for the table. This is our bleach water bottle that we need to use for the tables. We also make sure that we are posting our choking signs, CPR, Heimlich maneuver, all of that stuff. So this is our snack calendar that we post on our parent board. Just going to zoom out so the kids' names are not shown, but we do give them exactly what they need to bring for snacks so that we can keep a menu of it. So along with all of the policies and procedures that I just showed you, we want to make sure that we are providing opportunities and supporting opportunities for children, families, and staff to create healthy behaviors and to practice some of these healthy behaviors and policies that we just showed you. So one thing that we are constantly doing is that myself and my para, when children get here, we are making sure that we are assessing children, looking them over to make sure we're not seeing things like super bad coughs, runny noses, watery eyes, things that would indicate that they might be sick. Another thing that we do is we have all of our parents take their children to the bathroom before entering the classroom, but once they've entered the building, and wash their hands. We make it a really fun, positive thing. We have lots of hand washing signs in the bathroom, cues that we can use for the kids, little songs that they can sing, timers. So we try to make that a super positive thing. So that's one way that we support the practice of healthy behaviors. The same thing for staff. So my para, I make sure that I do trainings, incentives for her to make sure that these policies and procedures are supported. And then we also have our parent board with these policies and procedures where we're inviting families to take part in planning and implementing these policies and procedures to make sure everyone is safe, happy, and healthy in this environment.